morning. JTC is on the move. Listen. Woo. Listen, I just came real quick to just give a quick recap of the weekend we just had out in Huntsville, Texas at the Wynne unit. First off, I rock on my man Mark Rogers, solid, standing on life is not death. Because when we think about standing on life and it not being death, but we're standing, that was kind of the thought as I've come out of the unit with the kings in there. They call them inmates, I call them kings. And the experience we had down there in Huntsville, Texas. First, I want to give a big shout out to Big Paul, called Pastor Paul Ibarra, for the invitation and the partnership with Set Free, and also my man Kenny, and also Chris Cruz, and us, the fellowship that we had going down to the prison and the conversation. We definitely made it a good one. And so anyway, I just wanted to share that the experience was incredible. Incredible, going cell to cell, touching, praying, encouraging brothers that are in there from all ages. I think I've seen as young as 20-something years old, and I probably saw as old as 70-something, maybe even 80 years old. And going in there and being in the heart of the penitentiary was some kind of experience. I have to admit, when I first went in there, I would love to tell you I ran in there just like, yeah, let's go for Jesus. But, I was a little nervous. I had thoughts I had to cast down, but teamwork, having brother Paul and Kenny and these guys in there, and they just went right to the cells. And so I was piggybacking off of them. And then after a while, I knew I was in my flow, because I think maybe the last seven blocks we left, I was the last one to leave each tier. I almost was getting in trouble by our team leader, because I kept being the last one off the block, because I was there encouraging, giving a word to somebody. And so we're just real thankful for Mike Barber Ministries and for this platform that he has given, doing this over 30 years. I believe that we can come on in there and impact these inmates, or as I call them, kings. But I'll share two things with you before I'm done, and I got to get it out of my bag. And one of the brothers in there, because we went in there to encourage, but best believe we were encouraged ourselves. And I'm gonna call my man Mr. Davis. I asked him what he got from one of the services, and he said there was an older white gentleman, he said 65 years old, about that was from Austin, Texas, and he said, you do not have to be hopeless, but you can learn to be optimistic. And I said, say that again. So I had to actually write down what this young brother told me. And the bottom line, I said, I'm going to take this, and I'm going to do another video on this right here. But I said, I'm going to take this and I'm going to use this to touch lives. I said, you're in here, but your spirit and your mind is already on the outside. And as long as you keep digging in the Word of God, you will become further and further from this place. And even though your body is still confined and limited, you will still be touching lives. So I said, I'm going to take what you gave me and I'm going to touch other lives with this. So now your ministry is already on the move. So when you get out, your physical body will have to catch up with your spirit. That's just one of the encounters that I had personally, but the overall experience was incredible. And I'll share this last thing right now, because I could really go on and on and on and on and on. But at the end, we got the privilege, we were asked to hand out soap. And somebody may say, that's a pretty easy task, hand out some soap. And so as we were handing out the soap, we realized that we're handing out soap to over 1,000 kings. So that's a little bit different than 20 people. It was going to take a few minutes. But we realized God's favor, that we were asked, that we got the opportunity to touch every man that was in that service. And there was 4 of us handing out the soap, and we got to touch, and I got to grab the arm and look each and every one of them in the face to tell them they are somebody. You're a doctor. I kept saying, all right, doc, you take care, hold it down. We appreciate y'all. And to hear the responses that was coming back. So that was just a phenomenal experience. God takes those foolish things to confound the wise. And so that was the best soap handout I had ever been a part of. So I'll be talking more about this, but I want you all to know that those who follow me, those who are part of the JTC Exchange, and those around the world to understand that we are going back in February. It's February the 20th. More details will come. But if you ever wanted the opportunity to help, whether you are born again Christian or you are not, to go into the prison to give a helping hand, to encourage somebody, I'm going to tell you something. You'll be shocked, and you will come out feeling so much more better about what you've done, but more importantly, the lives that you had touched while you were in there. Incredible. So this is your boy E. Wilson right here. JTC is on the move, city to city, state to state, and internationally, taking the gospel through conversation around the world, touching lives. So remember, if you're going to have a conversation, make it a good one. I'm out.